Hello everyone, and welcome to tutorial number 3 in Regi Tutorials. In this tutorial we'll be focusing on JButtons. Let's get right into the program. Alright, so let's start off at the top of the program. For this tutorial I've created a variable of the JButton class called button, which you can see here. The JButton class is also part of the java.swing package and is used to create an object that can be clicked by the user. This class also provides communication between the user and the interface. Alright, now let's start off by explaining how to create a button and how to actually add it to the frame. So we're going to start off by making our variable called button an object of the JButton class, and we're going to set the name of the button to be called hide, which you can see here. After that, we use our button object and the setAction command method. This method will set the name of the action performed when the button is actually clicked. And since the user will see a button with the word hide on it, the action command that is paired to the button should be called hide, so there's no confusion. After that, we use the addActionListener method, which adds an object that listens for the user to click this component. And what that means is that the listener is actually set to the class object itself, which is what the word this, the keyword this, in the parameter is used for. Finally, after all that, we use our JPanel object called contentPane, and we add the button to the GUI, which you can see in this final line of code right here. Now that you've created the button, it will currently actually do nothing until you add a listener and an action command to your program. So you're probably wondering, well, what exactly are those? Well, a listener is an object that listens for action events. And when an event is heard, the listener responds by executing an event handler, which is named actionPerform. And the actionPerform method, which you can actually see is down here at the bottom of my code, has an action event parameter passed by the GUI when an event occurs. The action event object includes an action command, and an action command is a string describing an event or an action. Now, a class that uses a listener must implement an action listener, and this is done by saying implements action listener in the class declaration. And then, by defining an actionPerformed method, you will implement that action listener. Now, it is also essential that you import the java.auth.event package, as you can see at the top of my program. And I've imported it and all its contents by using the asterisk. And importing this is required to obtain the action listener interface. Now, with that out of the way, let's view the actionPerformed method to see what our button will do. So what our button will be doing is hiding or displaying the label with the text Hello World when it is clicked, and the button text will also change to hide or show depending on when it was clicked as well. Now, after we've created the actionPerformed method, we create a string variable called eventName and set it equal to our action event object named event. The action event object also contains the getAction command method, and this method will return the name of the action that has been performed by the button, and this is done after the button is clicked. Now, if we move to these if statements here, we can see if eventName dot equals hide, and essentially this is what happens when our button is clicked. So if the action command is hide and we click the button, then the label text is set to nothing, and the button text will be set to show, as well as the action command in relation to the text. If the hide button is not clicked, then label text will remain hello world, the button text will remain hide, and so will the action command. The action command will remain hide as well. Now, let's run the program. So, as you can see here, we have our JFrame with our button and our label, and if I press hide, hello world is disappeared and set to nothing, and if I press show again, then our label will reappear and our action command will return back to hide and our button text will be set to hide. That's everything for this tutorial. I hoped it helped you, and I hope you come back for more tutorials in the future. Thank you all for watching.